Well, hey guys, welcome back to another Anglo News KZN report. We are reporting from the Fulton once again, Ray. 100%. And this time we got Priya joining us during the lunch break. Say hello, Priya.
Hi there, guys. Our third wheel. So if we run out of petrol, she can push us at least.
We're on the Fulton, my bad. This is never going to run out of petrol.
Right, you're right.
All right, so guys, welcome to the show. We're off to the Skibo Club to hang out for a bit. However, we thought we'll bring you our fishing report, the weekly report, which is proudly brought to you by CMH Fulton, GPS Plastics, the Kingfisher, and of course our friend
Vino.
Aha, there we go. All right, so Ray, thought it's been a good week. A week of fire. There was a couple rare fish that came out.
Yes.
Two that went off. One in our backyard here at the basin.
Yes.
And of course, Dean Ray.
Come on. Oh, he's Jenkins Ray. Lovely Jenkins Ray.
Beautiful. Absolutely stunning Ray over there.
Of course, the bowmouth that came out here on the beachfront. Very rare.
Yeah, JJ, I think it was. Yeah, absolutely. Now, if you want to see that, that's going to be at the aquarium for Christmas. So, 100%. Great time to take the kids out. Right, Oshaka. Right, now let's get into the report. Let's start off down the south coast, where Ray, it has been absolutely firing.
We said that right from the beginning.
What,
last
9
week.
weeks, 10 weeks, 12 weeks, longer.
Okay, it's been longer.
It's been too long.
Since sardine season.
Or probably even before.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah, well, guys, it's the usual suspects that's been coming off for the last couple of weeks, with a few more sharks this time, Ray.
A lot more sharks, a lot more grey sharks. The sandies have pitched up, the hammers are there.
A guy got a sandy off the pier. Did you see that? It was a huge sandy.
No, I didn't see it.
Well, the photos will be on the side screen here, so watch the video.
100%, okay. But I know that the guys down there have been getting some sandy, Splash Rock, places like that.
Yeah.
The odd raggy is starting to make their appearance down there as well.
Absolutely. And then
water is still cold, which is a good sign.
It's a good sign.
Yes, well, it was 2 days of northeasterly, and then they started catching all those fish.
Aha,
so
okay.
The water's getting cold, which is what we wanted.
All right, now we know Margate Pier has been the hotspot. Also, the block has been doing quite well.
Shepston.
And there's been a couple cob coming out over there with that. So yeah, lower South Coast doing quite well. Now moving down to Scottborough, Pennington, Rocky Bay.
Still quiet, buddy. There's the odd bronze bream, the odd cob coming out at obviously the cob coming out at night time.
Yeah.
Bronze bream during the day. Odd brusher. Very little, even Pennington as well. They got a couple of small sandies, those 15 to 20 kilo sandies on the weekend. But other than that, that place has been very, very quiet.
I think the only good thing about Scotties right now is when we got that heavy winds and that rough weather, it's a good place to hide away and fish.
It's a lovely place to fish in the southwesterly.
Yeah.
Especially for holiday season, it's the place to be. And of course, those shad come into that little bay over there. But that whole place has become very, very sanded up.
It has been.
That's the biggest problem that Scotties has got at the moment.
Now, the last area that was sanded up was your area, Warner Beach, Mansatolti.
It's now starting to look way better.
Okay, so has there been any fish this past week?
Yes, there's been some honeycombs down there. The guys have been catching quite a few honeycombs.
Yeah.
Not those big 80 kilo ones, those little 30 to 40 kilo ones, which is nice. And those small little sand sharks, those 15, 20 kilo sandies have been around, which is a good sign as well.
Oh, good.
Yeah, well, it's a start. It's a start.
All right, now let's move on down to Durban Rock and Surf. There has been some life.
Yes, it started.
Now we're moving away from those edibles, more into the non-eds.
Correct.
Clearly summer is here.
It is. You can feel how hot it is. That's why the aircon is so lovely in the sky at the moment.
Everything's lovely in this Fulton, my friend. All right, now let's start off. JJ's got that amazing fish
on Sunday.
Right, and then same Sunday, no, was it Saturday you called me to go?
Yes.
You got a nice brown skate. Deandra got that brown.
She got a lovely brown. She lost a sand shark as well.
Okay.
Quite a few grey sharks came out. Quite a few sand sharks after we left.
Oh, okay.
That Wesley came through. It started blowing quite hard. So, yeah, rather go to the club and have something to eat and park off and relax, and then watch the people fishing in that howling southwesterly as usual.
Well, you know what? Kudos to the boys that did it, because like you said, they got fish.
They got a lot of fish.
Well done to them.
A lot of sandies.
And then there has been a couple greys as well, right?
Yes.
Now, apart from that, there's been a lot of shad. Okay. Well, I'm glad to report the guys are putting it back. No, putting it back.
Yeah, I've been watching them put it back.
So guys, it's like 2 weeks away, and then you can
harvest.
Yes, you can't take all the shad you want. You can take your 4 shad, and
there's been some big shad, 6-7 kilo shad.
Absolutely,
on the bluff, I saw some photos. And those things were monsters, absolute
And
monsters.
on the North Coast, I mean, we're going to talk about the North Coast now, but the North Coast, the guys were getting a lot of shad out there. Even with those grey shark tracer, fishing for grey sharks and they're getting shad. You know what I'm saying?
Tongue twisted, yeah. I know what you meant.
All right. And now, also, up on the North Coast, Jesse told me there's been a lot of non-heads, right?
Yes, it started.
So you were talking about the club boys that fished this past week. There were honeys, there were browns, there were sandies.
Yeah. And the hotspot for that whole area was basically Schlange, Westfield, Ricefields.
Yeah.
Ricefields was the hotspot.
Yeah, I haven't fished
lot of
Ricefields
sandies.
for years. That was one of the grounds you taught me how to fish. So I think we need to go make a comeback there.
A lot of sandies came out there. The guys that fished towards Blue Lagoon and that got a lot of grey sharks.
Oh yes,
Yeah. So
absolutely.
that Blue Lagoon area fired.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is that all these fish seem to be feeding in a westerly, not the
Right.
northeasterly that we've been waiting for. They've been the first day west, and that's when the fish have been feeding. So we
But
need to
didn't you
maybe,
once tell me west is best?
yeah,
So-
before the west is best.
Oh,
but
before
yeah,
the west is best. Okay.
it doesn't seem to be working. It seems to be, way
a lot,
after it.
a lot has been changing.
Yeah,
no,
so
for sure.
I don't know what's happening there,
Now-
but
Now the rest of the North Coast was a bit quiet because everyone came closer to Durban.
yes.
Richards Bay, apart from Dean Reddy, I didn't hear too much else, right? Cozy Bay, St. Lucia,
There's been fish.
Mapulan, those
There's
areas.
been honeys. There's been quite a lot of sandies up at Sodwana Bay. The guys that
Yeah.
are fishing there, holiday makers and that have been phoning through saying that they're catching sandies and that up there.
Right.
And then, of course, don't forget the mulkies. There's a lot of little mulkies if you're going to Umtanzini and that.
Oh yes.
You take your lati and doesn't matter where you throw on the beach there,
Yeah.
you're catching all these small little milk sharks. So if a lati wants to catch a shark,
Right.
take him to Umtanzini and I promise you, you'll catch those little ones that big.
Ah, that must be some good fun on light
no,
tackle
it's
as
lovely for
well.
youngsters. Absolutely lovely for youngsters.
All right, so now let's round it off, Ray.
There's a policeman.
A police not indicating going
No,
over the
he
double
doesn't know
barrier.
where he's going. Anyway.
Yeah, all right. Freshwater has been cooking as
Yes,
well,
it
right?
has.
Now, the still water, some lovely sized trout came out,
Yeah.
reported from Jan. The flowing water, the rivers, not so much action. So nothing too much from it. However, the bass, my friend,
There's
has
been some
been
lovely
cracking.
bass.
Yeah, we
And a
gotta
lot of
definitely.
surface action.
Yes.
A lot of surface action.
Absolutely.
So all those spro frogs, stuff like that, anything
Mm-hmm.
that you throw on the surface, definitely without a doubt.
Now, speaking about for all you fishing for bass, I was talking to Jesse, right? And Jesse tells me that, you know what, there's been a lot of tilapia coming out on those those things we got at Kingfisher, those strike pros, those little strike pros.
That's correct.
Yeah, so
I sold a lot the other day.
well, they must be using it for the tilapia.
Yeah.
so that's been going quite well.
Correct.
Right, and then of course carp has been on the bite at Alberts and Inanda as well as Midma, but mainly on fly.
Correct.
Oh,
Now,
right.
the one thing you did forget.
No,
to
I don't
mention-
forget anything.
Okay,
I'm
I'm
getting
just
there.
thinking, I'm just thinking,
I'm
okay.
getting there. I'm just, driving. Offshore action.
Yes. How did you know?
I know. Trust me, you cannot forget about
Okay.
the green and gold that's on the bite right
the
now.
bars are wild.
Yep. Oh,
Ay,
yeah.
What a dimwit.
Gee whiz. My
Thank
goodness.
goodness we're in a photon and it's got good brakes.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta
Flippin'
kill a
hell.
bull on you. But I mean, yeah.
Hey,
Gee,
bud.
yeah.
What a dimwit. Anyway.
Right.
Okay, so starting up north, or you want to start down south?
Let's start off down south.
You like south, eh?
No, I like the south, but I know on the offshore side there's more
Shelly
action up
Beach.
north.
Let's go for it. Shelly Beach.
Tuna.
Tuna, yeah. And the
Right.
Hot Dorado.
They are, they're
Yes, but
sniffing
tuna,
about
tuna,
it.
tuna, more tuna.
Right.
Um,
Durban.
Hey, what happened to Allowall Shoal? You just skip out Allowall
It's
Shoal.
okay. Go to Allowall Shoal.
Allowall Shoal, guys.
Yeah,
The
right.
wahoo have pitched up there, and some lovely wahoo.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Really?
Yes,
No wonder
the
I
guys-
forgot about that. Okay.
Some lovely wahoo of Allowall Shoal.
Yes.
Obviously the jet ski guys and the ski boat guys that are pulling lures and that.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot of wahoo.
Right. So in Durban, the
Yes.
guys are not so worried about the bottoms, although the bottoms are there.
But you say that.
they-
Yesterday I went down to the ski boat club there to have a water,
Yeah.
to look at the water as
To
well.
have water. Yeah.
Yeah. And one of the ski boats came in there. The dogger must have been a good 30 kilos.
Wow.
that he had on the boat. He
Yeah.
had 2 doggers. One was 30, one was most probably 27.
Right.
A Garrick, so there's still Garrick around.
Yeah.
And he says while he was fighting that dogger, he's the biggest Dorado he's ever seen in his life.
I have no
Came up
doubt.
around the boat while he was there, and he didn't know what to do.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, Brad was telling us about the Dorado going on like crazy.
Yes.
That's why he came in for those live bait clips.
Yep.
Right? So Dorados are there. There's a couple Kuta on the bite.
Yes, I've
And
seen
the
some
snook
photos.
is still on the bite, but now we're
Correct.
just drifting up to the north.
Yes.
However, as we get up north, there's snook,
Oh,
there's Kuta,
Dorado.
there's Dorado.
Dorado,
I mean,
Dorado,
and if you go
Dorado.
further up north, like I'm talking Richards Bay, St. Lucia, it's been Dorado for
Yes,
days.
100%.
So we are clearly in that summer period.
Definitely.
And
The water's warm.
It is. It is. Well, the weather's warm, the water is warm, the fishing is hot, right?
Hot, definitely hot. Especially those Dorado. I promise you now, Vidal is on fire at the moment with Dorado.
Oh, man.
So
Jeez.
maybe we make a trip up there and go and fish.
I definitely
I also
think
want
so.
to catch a dory on fly this year.
Now, speaking about going and fishing, where are we fishing this weekend? What are the predictions?
So we'll be there trying again for the brown skates.
Flassies.
Yes, the sand sharks, because that's going to be our target species.
Right.
And the honeycomb.
Good.
Far south, you're definitely going to catch your sand sharks, your grey sharks coming up this weekend. There's annual meet down there. So those guys fishing down there will be targeting bigger fish. I don't think they're going to be scratching as much. The
Right.
weather patterns are looking very nice. The sea is nice. Everything's looking lovely for this weekend's fishing. Doesn't matter where you go.
Lovely.
Yeah, Saturday,
It's been a while
Sunday.
since we had that. We could say that. It's been at
Yeah.
least about 3 weeks since we could
Well,
say
they're
that.
not going to go and scratch for bronze bream and cob and stuff like that. They're going to be scratching for decent fish.
Okay.
So make sure you've taken and dusted off your heavy tackle, because this is heavy tackle time now.
Oh, now we're
This
talking.
weekend.
All right. Well, guys, that's our report. That is a fantastic way to round it off. Well done, Sweaty.
100%.